What's popping 10? Viral podcast squad back at you, minus intern bitch.
What's up, low gang?
I don't know who that is. Intern bitch isn't here today because he's a bitch, and we've nicknamed him intern bitch now.
You fired him.
But I am
Degenerate.
here, as is Adam and Peter,
Yo, what's popping?
for episode 2
Well.
of our world famous viral podcast.
I'm just saying, boys. 24 views on the cards
24 views.
with a solid average watch rate of 5 minutes.
Man,
They had to listen to the first part at least.
yeah, they heard my beeps.
Yeah,
My expert beeping of the place
yeah, they
that
heard
we
me
work.
saying.
Ah!
Hey, big man, shut up, man.
God damn it! Now I have to make note of that, so I have to beep it out.
Yeah, the first one actually got views, which we were surprised by. Not that anybody liked it or anything, but it means someone's seen it, so that's pretty funny.
Yeah, somebody's seen it on their sidebar, which I think is kind of cool.
I mean, seeing the thumbnail that it was given, they had to click it.
Yeah, I mean, what the
Facts, man.
fuck?
So
How could
colourful.
you not see 3 fucking 5 heads?
Hey, big man, what are you talking about? I got my forehead is small.
Yeah, so we didn't do too bad. What did we talk about? Talking about the coronavirus, and
we talked about some
that was pretty much
movies
it.
and like our
Yeah,
plans for the podcast,
some gay
and
shit.
stuff.
Don't watch it.
Like I just want to say, Joe Rogan, we're coming for you. I saw your new
Oh yeah,
video
100%.
with Elon Musk got 7 million views in the first day. Listen, that's only like 6.9999975 more views than we got.
I doubt he had a 5-minute average watch time, so I suppose we're winning there.
Exactly. Yeah. That was a really
Also,
good
3
podcast.
likes on this video and we'll get Elon Musk on.
This is true. I actually have confirmation of this.
He's my uncle.
Nah, fuck that. I want Elon Musk's kid on there.
Oh shit, yeah. K-N-Non. A-N-Neon. Kind of sounds like John's name.
A-N?
This is true. It's
I don't know.
It's Zasha.
Yeah,
Is it? Is that how you say it?
I think so.
So
I've just been saying it how I've been seeing it.
He said on the podcast, it was like the X is just letter X. The AE is pronounced like Ash, and then the A12 is like Archangel.
Yeah. I prefer to say Z12. That is how we shall know her.
Him.
And they called it Sasha?
Zasha.
Oh, sweet Jesus Christ.
It'll probably just be like Ash or something.
Or I think something like
true.
X Ash or something. X Ash. Yeah,
Archangel 12. Hey, listen,
is the middle name.
Fair play to him for, getting it in there. He's sticking up for all us big brain people.
Oh yeah, of course, because all the big brain people knew what it was. He's sticking up for nerds, bro. It's like Elvin or something like that, isn't it? Isn't the AE Elvin?
Yeah, that's what that's the
That's
AI.
his wife wanted it?
Yeah.
Grimes it in.
Cringe.
Yeah, well, her name is Grimes, so 3 likes on a podcast and we'll get Grimes on.
I mean, that'd probably be more interesting than Elon Musk.
Probably. We'll have her breastfeed
Getting Elon Musk on your podcast for the second time.
What are you talking about? I want to ask him stupid questions. Just to see his brain computed.
I want to ask him how big his dick is.
We could also get Grimes on and ask him that, or ask her that.
How big her dick is?
Yeah, true. Fuck, what are we going to talk about today?
So today, we've got a lot of things to talk about.
Do we?
And I'm gonna figure out what they are right now.
I'm gonna stall for long enough
Right,
until one person says something.
We could chat about Call of Duty.
We are, I had down X Æ A-12 down here. That's pretty much covered, Poor kid's gonna get bullied in school, because honestly I'd bully him. I don't care who's his fucking dad is.
Yeah.
Oh, if he has good mates, he's gonna get roasted the fuck out of.
Yeah. I don't want to, he tries to get into the club and he's like, "Excuse me, sir, can I see your ID?"
Oh, yeah.
And X Æ A-12 hands him his ID, and it's just a USB stick.
A hologram.
Yeah, and then he phases through the door
Through
because his dad
the fucking
invented
couch.
phase technology.
He travels everywhere on a Segway.
Yeah, but speaking of Elon Musk, I have down here because I watched the Joe Rogan podcast. I know Peter watched some of it as well, and
Pussy.
I don't know if Adam did,
No, I didn't watch any.
but he talked a lot about like like the state of that society and like humanity will be in 10 to 30 years kind of thing, and how
Mm-hmm.
we're getting very, very close to the time when AI and technology is will surpass humans. We'll be able to build brains that are better than the brains that we're with
Using.
already,
Yeah.
and then we'll be able to integrate those other brains into our brains and fix. Well, the first step is fixing like not mental illness, but like mental diseases like Parkinson's
Yeah,
and
yeah.
things like that. I don't know if it can cure depression or anything like that, but
I don't want to cure my depression. What the fuck? It's my only personality trait.
this is
Oh,
true.
stop.
It is his only personality trait. He's the depressed one.
Hmm.
Um, but that's basically the first step to being like symbiotic with AI, which is kind of
Yeah,
fucked
but I
up.
mean, if anyone has a problem with that, they can take it up with me because fuck all of you. It's fucking cool.
It is
No,
cool.
but
I agree.
but the thing is, though, you have to think of like the downsides of having that, right? And
Right.
obviously, all the positives is like you could do fucking complex calculations in your head, you know everything pretty much. But
Yeah.
then it takes one prick to just hack that shit, and it's over. It's game over.
It's
Yeah,
it's like Watch
true,
Dogs.
but just fucking don't be a bitch.
Oh yeah,
just
just
spend
just
some
don't
money on
have.
some antivirus, man.
Yeah, just get McAfee. Just get a McAfee 7-day trial every time you go outside.
In my brain, yeah, no bother.
Yeah.
What
No malware, I'm good.
what I think is interesting is obviously, so you're gonna have to be wealthy to get this. Like once it gets to the stage that it's no longer like a medical thing, like you're not getting it to cure your Parkinson's or whatever you may have, and it
Yeah.
gets
Hmm.
to the stage where you're buying it to
Like publicly.
improve yourself,
Yeah.
if you know
Yeah.
Oh
what I mean.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, at that stage, uh, I lost my point. I lost track of my point.
yeah. All right, let's move on. It's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, it's going to be expensive, so only like a certain echelon of people, like the high earning individuals, like it's probably going
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
in the hundreds of thousands, if not millions, if you
yeah.
get me.
Millions,
I
I'd say.
I
Yeah.
I feel it's gonna be like it's gonna become some kind of like status symbol. Like
Yeah,
there's gonna be ones where it's like very like the commoners all have this one. Like everybody's gonna have this chip. It's gonna be all the commoners,
it's like
and then it's
Apple
gonna be like,
versus Android.
Shut the fuck
Android
up.
Andy.
No, I feel like,
Fucking pussy.
and then it's gonna be like if you reach like a certain threshold and you become like middle class or something, you get like a little upgrade. You know, you can buy the
Yeah.
You
upgrade.
can afford one, yeah.
You can afford the upgrade or whatever, and you get this one, and it comes with like some better perks or some shit, like your own very Siri or some shit like that, something like that. And then you get to like, if you're like a billionaire status, you have like the upper up, like anything new that comes up automatically is updated to your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
So I feel like
what
that's inevitably gonna happen.
yeah, I agree. And well, but the point that I was going to make was if it's the millionaires and say it's released, right? Say Elon Musk comes
Hmm.
out and he's like, all right, we're dropping this in a week, go line up outside our installation facilities and we'll
Yeah.
we'll get it done. It's going to be the millionaires and the rich people that are doing that, and the people who are already at a monetary advantage because of their
Hmm.
big bank accounts are going to be now at
Hmm.
an even bigger advantage because now, as well as their big bank accounts, they've got big brains with lots of wrinkles, and they're going to be leaving the poor people behind. So the rich
Yeah,
people are now going to be rich and hyper intelligent, which is going to lead to
yeah.
them being more rich, which is going to lead to the poor being more poor.
I feel the only way to combat that is to just it comes down stupid, but like in the perfect scenario is having it all not free for everybody, but keeping it like a very cheap price that everybody can afford.
Yeah,
But
but
then
that's
you
like
oh
years down the line. You know, when
yeah,
Yeah,
there's like brand new models, but then like the
yeah.
old models are. What if you get one second hand? Imagine getting somebody's like second brain second hand.
brain juice is still on it.
Yeah,
Oh stop.
you just pull it out, put it back into yourself. And also, what happens? Because he said that the way they do it is they drill out a piece of your skull, like a small like
Yeah.
inch diameter circle or square or whatever, and then they put the chip in, and it like replaces that piece of your skull. So what happens if it's like, it's like on the back of my head or whatever and I have a small scar? What if somebody comes up and they just like punch me in the back of the head and it breaks it and it like short circuits and now I'm dead. Just
Yeah,
because
but would you
one guy
die, or would you
lightly
just be
punched me
like
in the back of the
less
head.
intelligent?
No, you might die because
Like
It
like
what
it
if
depends
depends.
how it's connected. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it
but
But
depends
it,
if it's properly connected to your brain and your brain then becomes reliant on it to live, then that's going to be an issue. But if it's just a literal upgrade, you know what I mean? Like it's
how he
like
described that it was gonna like fix like Parkinson's and stuff like that was that it was gonna like send counter currents to like if I was gonna stop seizures, for example, it was gonna send like
yeah,
counter currents of electricity
yeah.
to like combat the seizure so the seizure doesn't happen. If somebody hits you in the back of your head and like causes
It'll
a thing,
malfunction, yeah.
yeah, it's malfunction. It just sends a stronger current that it's supposed to send, and then you're fried. You're brain dead.
That'd be kind of lit.
yeah, it's kind of scary. But do you know what? It's an inevitability. It's gonna happen.
I'd still get it.
It's
I get it.
inevitability, but I feel like I, I feel like if I would probably wait until like the first second, like the second or third model to come out because I'm like that's when they've kind of ironed out the kinks a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not
I'll
gonna
I'll
get
wait
anything
until Apple makes
installed.
one.
Sorry.
I'll wait until Apple makes one.
I'm not gonna get anything installed into me if it's just the first edition of it happening because you don't know any long term effects. Like, although Joe did ask the question, like, what happens if like the body rejects it, and Elon was like, oh, like the tests we've seen show like it doesn't. There's a very slim chance of it happening.
Yeah, that's
It could
basically a
still happen.
non-possibility. Yeah,
It
I mean, I'm
could
sure
still
there will
happen.
be anomalies and things, and it's
Yeah.
always a risk, especially at the beginning. Guys, we fucked up.
What happened?
We forgot.
Oh yeah, okay, so we have a new intro. Hold on, boys.
We have
This is now the intro. This is the new intro, okay? We aren't actually gonna um re-record anything, but just pretend this is the start of the podcast, right?
our friend
And
Sean is
then
gonna come in and sing it for us.
yeah, what do we say? All right, guys, welcome to the viral podcast.
Here he is. Viral podcast. Woo!
Are
Yeah!
you all hyped now? Get the fuck out of here.
That took me an hour. That took me an hour to make. That was fun
Just
though.
like everything on this podcast, including our thumbnails, channel art in general. Our
We're
new intro is as scuffed as everything else.
true. We're catering to the creative people who use their
Yeah, exactly.
imaginations.
Only
You
big
know?
brain people can like this podcast.
Yeah. So Elon Musk, you better download Discord, cause you're not coming to be with us in person. You
Yeah,
little
fuck that
bitch.
shit. You can hop on Discord. I'm social distancing Andy over here.
True.
I don't even let intern Carl in a 2 meter radius of me. And I live with him.
That's smart. That's smart.
Yeah, it is. Alright.
Yeah. So yeah, brain implants are going to be a thing. I'm down, and I'm sure a lot of people will be too. And if it goes sideways, I'm sure the brain implants will be
That's the way I
nice
want to
in the
go.
way it kills us. You know.
I'd go
So yeah.
like that. That's the way I'd like to die.
A brain implant?
He died
AI.
being the smartest person in the world for 2 seconds until his brain was turned to mush. It's the way you
You're
want
like, I see everything, and then you die. You're like, the universe, I know how it was made. We were wrong, and then you die.
We were wrong.
Yeah.
We were wrong, Andes.
Yeah, so Elon Musk would be a really interesting guest to get on the podcast. He seems like a strange individual, and he kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Especially when
know.
I see pictures of him and his wife, because she's like 8.
Facts? Really? I have to look
Yeah,
this up.
she's way younger. I feel like she's crazy younger than him.
I don't think so. I think they're on the same age, my guy.
Oh
Or
no.
like close enough. Let me check.
Elon Musk age.
He's had 3 wives. I don't know which one he's on right
48.
now.
Elon Musk girlfriend.
Elon Musk
She's
partner.
32. Grant is 32.
So he's 16 years older than her. Wow.
Oh, champion! That's what you want, man.
Elon Musk partner Grimes. Oh, she reveals the meaning. Oh, well, I knew the meaning behind it. She's kind of like a goth bitch.
Yeah, she's strange looking.
She's a bit
Wonder what their
weird.
sex life is like.
Yeah, man. I'd smash. Elon, that
Sorry,
is. I'd
Elon.
smash Elon.
Yeah, of course.
All that money, hell yeah.
He's a cool guy. I like him. Got some nice hair.
Good
Is she a
genes
singer? She's a singer.
for X Æ A-12.
I haven't heard a song from her at all.
She's got a song called Delete Forever,
Oh Jesus, that's intense.
which she made in 2020. You'll Miss Me When I'm Not Around, which was also made in 2020.
Christ.
Alright, so next episode, I'm going to listen to every single song Grimes Musk, or I guess they're not married, but Grimes, whatever her second name is, has ever made, and I'm going to do a review of every single song.
How many
That's-
Musks out of 5?
That's yeah. How many
X Æ
brain
A-12s?
implants
Oh yeah.
do you need to put up with this music?
When it's toxic, I'm sure it's fucking sick, man.
Okay.
Just in case she's listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, in case
Grimes,
she
if you
ever
want to
wants to
come
come
on the
on.
podcast and we'll review your songs together, that'd be lit.
Yeah, that way
Bring
we can make
Elon
fun of her
and
to her
also-
face.
Yeah, bring Elon and your new kid, whose name I will let you pronounce first. But
You can
until
say
then,
whatever, and I'm not gonna believe.
yeah, she's gonna be like, yeah, it's Kyle.
It's not my child. It's an alien.
So yeah, that's cool. So then, in this here topics channel, where we put in all our ideas for topics
Oh
for
god.
the pod,
Mm.
our next thing is how big are Godzilla's poo-poos.
And I said this big.
Yeah, and it was pretty big. We won't really go into that. I don't mind. Like, it just came to me because I was thinking about the new Godzilla movie and how ridiculous it was because they just fucking blew up a nuke. And why did I say it like that? A
I haven't
nuke.
seen it.
Well, Godzilla dies, and then they blow up a
Thanks for the
nuke
fucking
beside him,
spoiler, man.
and it brings him back to life. It was ass. It was one of the
Ah, that makes
worst movies
sense.
I've ever seen.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Fair.
it was.
Fair.
I know
Do you know
Godzilla
what?
anatomy.
It's kind of cool for the CGI, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not putting a spoiler warning behind that because it's like
Godzilla?
spoiler, you die in the end of your life. You know, it's inevitable. Godzilla's got to be shit. So yeah,
That's
I don't
toxic
know.
as
I was just
fuck.
wondering. He's got some big ass poo poos, I'm sure, and they're just floating around the ocean. You know, I was just wondering if any submarines have ever come across just a giant turd.
Yeah, so any submarine drivers, just hit us up if you have any giant turd stories. That'd be lit. You can hop on the podcast.
We're just gonna spend this podcast asking for people to come on. Any
Every
film, any
joke at
film
the end of
directors?
every topic. The joke is always the same. Anyone want to come on?
That'd be kind of interesting, though. I've never met a submarine driver, so even if you haven't
Yeah,
seen
exactly.
a
Shut
giant
the
poo
fuck
poo,
up.
just hit us up. You can come on the podcast. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my shits are bigger though. Just putting that out there. All right, and then Adam put down atomic and nuclear physics.
Yeah, if anyone
I'm
wants to
not.
get in that,
I
help
refuse to discuss that because
help
I
me with
have
my
no.
homework.
How you guys dealing with college since the oh shit?
Class, man. I get to look up all the answers. What are you talking about? It's stupid. It's the stupidest shit that's ever happened in the world. Did you see the leave insert?
No, what's going on, Liam?
So it's done by projected grades now.
Yeah, there's
Are you
no sit down
serious?
exam.
Yeah, but I mean, can you imagine? They look at the mocks and they're like, "Oh, this guy did shit, bro. I don't think I've passed a single thing on my mocks, and
Nerd, loser.
and yet I did mediocre in the leave insert because you just cram in that 2 weeks you have off.
True.
Like, I don't know. It's kind
Yeah,
of
I
just
don't know.
ridiculous. It's fair enough for people who are doing well, but for a lot of people who are not
I feel.
nerds,
I
it's
feel it's kind
shit.
of good. I feel it's kind of good though in terms of like they're gonna have like it's gonna have a lot more people going to college,
Yeah.
and by
Not really, though.
yeah, because like let's say you're just more like an average kid or whatever, and
Yeah.
like you did decently enough in all like your like projects and stuff that never counted towards the thing. You were just a good student, but like academically, sometimes when it came to the big day, you just weren't good at it. It would now you don't have that massive day coming up, and you're just gonna like this. If you're a good student, the teachers are gonna give you good marks. So just because you're good,
Yeah, but
you don't have to do much to get good marks.
I don't
You
know
know
if
what I
it's
mean?
done like that. I don't know if it's done like the teachers are gonna go, yeah, he would have got this, he would have got that. I assume it's gonna be done in a system where they take your average grades throughout the year, or average homework, and they put that data into a thing, and then it'll chuck out an answer rather than human like going
But
through it by the
I
teachers,
mean,
because that's totally like biased then. Because like you
fair.
remember in school, like there would be one kid who was so shit at the fucking thing, but the teacher really liked them and kind of went easy and joked around on him.
Yeah,
She's not gonna go, I'll give this guy all Fs, even though he failed everything throughout the year. She's gonna go, oh, I'll give him a pass,
yeah.
I'll give him a C, whatever, and
Yeah.
it's kind of unfair on that. And then some other kid who gets like, maybe he's failing, but
I
he's really trying, and then she'll go, no man, he's shit. Never really liked him.
I mean, fair enough. But even at that, for him to put like it's like a formula or something like that, I feel like because of that formula, a lot more students will probably end up going to
Yeah,
college or
true.
having the opportunity to. And then within the first like 6 months or so, like the ones who actually want to stick it out will stick it out. But then the ones
Yeah,
who realize college is for them, they'll just drop out. So then
yeah,
like the
yeah,
numbers at the beginning will be massive, but then after like a first few months, it will slowly like peter out into like the
yeah. Fair enough.
normal numbers. I think it's fair enough on them because like to be fair, like they haven't had like a proper class in like what almost like 3 months now.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
point I was gonna get at. Like, it's not really because, because you can like, there's a lot of space in the world. They could find the space to put them like a good distance apart.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
It's the trouble that they haven't been in school in the last
Mm,
like
true.
2 months or whatever. It'd be unfair,
Yeah,
I think. So yeah, I agree with it. I think I
and
think it's good that it's going to be predicted grades,
yeah,
and I
I
don't
feel
think
as
the
though
knock-on
like
effect in college is going to be that bad.
no, I don't think I don't think there will be a massive knock-on effect. But I feel as though like as well with the whole like the pandemic as well. Like if you're in a situation where like you got family members who actually have it and all that, the last thing you'll be thinking about is like you're leaving, sir. You know, so it's kind of glad and it's kind of good in terms like they won't have to think about that. It's gonna be done in a way that like they can't really affect. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
fair enough.
and
Yeah,
I know there are going to be people that they do well in exam situations. They cram,
Mm,
they like study. They may not be the best at like being consistent with their continuous assessment, but they're good
yeah.
with the actual sit down, 2 hour tests.
Yeah.
And for those people, they are doing like a later date leaving cert type thing. They did say
Hmm.
that, I read that.
yeah. I seen they have the option
Yeah, which
to reset it.
would probably mean that they can't go to college this year, because I'd imagine it'd be like October, November, like it'd be at the time where it's it like this whole situation is better.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't even know if like we'll be going into our third year of college or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I fully predict college to start back up online the way it was.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, because like
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I'm thinking
first of all, repeat exams aren't going to be a thing
if they
unless they do them
if
online.
they've said that it's what August 10th, I think it's everything's meant to be done. Does obviously it's not going to be August 10th. I think is the basically the best way to look like.
Yeah,
Do you
well,
know what I mean? Like it's not actually going to go ahead like the whole world comes back on, or the whole of Ireland comes back on August 10th. Like it's going to be extended, and that's when repeats were. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and
yeah.
even that they're probably not going to go ahead, which is fucked because I mean I need to do them. All of us need to do them. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
well,
know
I do.
if you've done
I
one.
already
Yeah.
know I do because I missed it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be strange.
By far to this day, the funniest phone call I've ever been a part of.
Me
Oh yeah, fuck.
realizing that I
Yeah.
missed my exam
Oh,
and
bro.
missing out on all of the fun and activities that you guys were up to because I thought I had to study for an exam and then
Oh, God.
realizing that it was actually that morning.
I think of that phone call at least twice a day. Like I'm not fucking lying. Like that shit
He's
had
gonna be
me.
telling his kids.
I swear to God, that shit had me dying.
Man, I was dying too. I hated it. I could not
Explain it
believe it.
for the listeners, bro.
All right, so basically, we were in our exam time. It was January. I think you guys were finished your exams at that stage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we were,
was
yeah.
I was studying for my last exam, which was statistics, because I do maths and science. So my last exam was statistics. Statistics is like the easiest module I do by far. I was studying for it away. I was getting all the questions right. I was happy out, and it comes it must have been like 11 o'clock. I was like, I done some studying for the day. Better, like just take it easy for the night. Get ready to do my exam tomorrow. Oh yeah, but I better double check that it's tomorrow at 12:30, like I thought it was. Yeah. So I log on. This is a Thursday night, and I thought it was Friday morning 12:30 or Friday afternoon. So I log on. I look at the timetable, and I see Thursday, whatever date at 12:30, which was
Oh yes.
about 11 hours ago. And this fucking jamoke right here sat up fucking studying for hours. All of his friends were gone out. I can't even remember where
We
we
went to
went.
McDonald's. We went to McDonald's.
All my friends gone to McDonald's without me. John, do you want to go to McDonald's? Nah, man, I got an exam tomorrow. I better stay home and study. Ah, yeah, no bother, man. I understand. Next time. Yeah, that's grand. I'm here. I'm looking. All my friends are in McDonald's. I'm like, man, I wish I was there, but that's okay. I got an exam to study for. Responsible John over here. So, I found out the exam was 11 hours ago.
Idiot,
Nobody
man.
told me, by the way. I'm friends with like 8 people, okay? Because I don't. Well, there's like 300 people, but I'm friends with like a good few of them, or like more, like enough people that one of them should have been like, "Bro, I didn't see you at the exam today. What happened?" But no.
You fucking idiot, man. Holy
Oh
shit.
man,
Cause
I was
yeah,
so
we were all
upset.
in FaceTime
Oh yeah, and
and you rang us. If we faced or we were all in FaceTime. We were all in a McDonald's and you FaceTimed us.
yeah.
And oh my fucking god, it was the funniest shit ever.
Oh man, I was nearly crying. I was
Yeah,
so
we were
upset.
crying laughing.
Well, I can't even remember what I did. I just started playing Overwatch or some shit. I was like, all right, fuck this.
Gave up.
But good thing is, I hope none of my lecturers hear this. Could you imagine? They're like, oh,
Oh yeah.
now we have proof that you lied. The good thing is, I managed to get a doctor's note saying that I was unfit to attend the exam on that morning. That I was sick, and I sent it off, and they said that I could repeat it for free come August. So I was like, all right, lit. And then the world went into a pandemic, and I'm like, wait a minute.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, this wasn't part of my plan.
I
Yeah.
was fucking dying. College has been like a great experience because you see the dumbest shit.
I am
Man,
the dumb
Maynooth is
shit. I
the
don't see
strangest
it. I
place
am it.
on planet Earth. Like,
Man, I remember I texted you guys the day I saw it. I was walking past the library and I saw this chick in like she had like a goth like outfit on. She had
on.
the black lipstick, whatever, like goth, and she had like fucking not dog ears, like clip on things,
Oh, fucking
and then
furry Andes.
she had like a fucking like dog collar, and then her boyfriend
Oh,
is walking around with like a fucking like chain attack. Like, so if she got like too far away, he just like yanked her. And I was like, I'm just walking by, and I'm like, well, it's obviously it's. I swear to God. And I was looking. I remember I texted into the group chat. I'd be like, boys, I just saw the dumbest shit. And this is like outside the fucking library, like just walking around there. And like if she'd wander, like if she was chatting to her friends, she would like
got
wander a
out of
bit,
line.
just like could have snapped her shit. Like I just sat there, I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on here?
Good on
You,
him,
you see
man.
the weirdest thing. I mean, whatever they're into, but like,
Yeah, man, don't
Keeps
be
that
kink
shit in
shaming
check.
people. Some
I
people
can't. You
Like,
see what I'm
fuck that.
saying?
Maybe
to
maybe
be
she was into it. You don't fucking know.
yeah,
Oh,
maybe
well,
she's into
she must have been
public
like,
furry shit, I guess. Maybe she's into animal abuse.
mhm.
True. Maybe that's what it does it for her. Nice, man. Each to their own.
Right. And
Uh,
how's the nightlife treating you, though?
man, Maynooth
Like
is the worst
currently,
place in the
or
world,
It is garbage. It is
and
so
everybody
garbage.
loves it. That's the worst part. Everybody's like, "Wow, guys, Maynooth's pretty sick for going out, and it's like the best." And I'm like, "Are you fucking insane?
I feel
Like,
like
are you
Dublin.
mentally ill?
yeah,
I
Like,
feel
I
like
it's
agree.
Dublin has spoiled us a bit.
so bad."
Yeah, but the drinks
Right?
are shit. The price is shit. The
Yeah.
the only like I'd go SU and sit down for
SU
a
is
few
a vibe.
pints.
Yeah,
SU is
she's
the
not that
vibe.
bad.
But like
Any of the clubs
that's
are
when you're going
ass.
out just yeah, that's when you go. If SU is when you're just going out to like chill with the boys and just drink and chill and like be in the midst of other like students.
Yeah,
That's fair. When you go into nightclub, you actually want to go out and like party and like dance to good music, like drink, have one too many, just chill. And then you go to this place and it's like, man, this place is garbage. It's just
Just
you're
has
just
nothing good
surrounded
about
by
it. Like the music
you're
is
just
awful. People are
surrounded by creatures, like just
yeah.
absolute cretins. And you're like, fuck me. If like you look like a dude who walk like I don't get angry easily, right? Or violent. A dude who bump into you, you're like, bro, square up. You just like so fucking. And you look at them like, man, stop. The fucking weirdos. So I remember. I don't know if I don't know if you remember the story of me getting absolutely touched at this
Uh,
place.
yeah. I don't even
So,
think you told me in the first place.
so you're in for a roller coaster.
new
Now, I
experiences
was
with
Fresh
the
one.
boys.
now, let me preface this. It's like I
He
should have done
liked it.
better. It's so I should have done better. I was just in shock. If that makes, I was just surprised. I was kind of in shock partially. Another part was like, this will make a good story, right? So me and like a couple of friends were go to the SU and we're just chilling, and then they come up with a bright idea to go out in Maynooth to like some nightclub, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll go with you. We go. Now we already had a bit, like a good bit at the SU already. Like we were there for like
Nice.
2 hours, right? So we walk into into the nightclub, and the two people I was with, they went upstairs immediately and
Oh,
kind of left me for like a split second. So then I was like, oh shit, that's where they are. I'm gonna go like go to them, and then I get bumped into by this chick, and she
Nice.
kind of spills her drink like on me, whatever. And I don't like being touched already, so I was like. So I'm just like, fuck me, man. I'm a bit heated. Not only have you touched me, now you've spilled something on my clothes, and now I'm stinking of fucking alcohol. I was like, man, like, I'm already drunk. I'm kind of pissed. I was like, fuck's sake. But I didn't say anything because, like, it was clearly an accident. I was just
hmm.
annoyed at the situation. So I was like, oh, right. And then she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then we went to go get a tissue to clean me up. And I was like, no, it's grand. It's good. Like, I'll do it. And she's like, I'll get you a drink to, like, pay you back. Like, to say I'm sorry. That's a normal thing for human
That's a
beings to do.
trap, bro.
It's
Yeah,
a normal thing for
you
human beings.
got
I'm
baited.
very,
No, it's not.
so we're waiting in line. And like at this point downstairs of this place, it's kind of packed, and the line is moving, but like barely, right? So we've been here for like 2 minutes, and I'm not saying anything because like I'm pissed off. I don't want to talk. I just want to get my drink and
Just waiting
get
to
the fuck
use her
out of here.
for a drink.
Well,
You
Yeah.
fucking animal. Just sat there waiting to use her.
well, yeah, she spilled something on me. She said she was gonna repay me back. I'm gonna get my payment. Like what?
Fucking hell.
So I'm chilling and waiting for this drink, and then we just like started chatting randomly, whatever, do whatever. And then she starts dancing like the DJ plays some song, some white girl music, and she's like, "This is my shit," and I'm like, no. So she's like trying to twerk, and now she's built like an iPhone. So like, I'm like, you need to stop because you're shaking nothing. So like, you're just, you look like you're hurting your back. And so she's like trying to back up into me, trying to dance, do whatever, and I'm like, I'm not on it. So I'm just like, stop, like, leave me, please, like, just dance in your own vicinity, but just don't come near me about this bullshit. So I'm not really like into it. Like you can tell I'm giving off like the good, like the right vibes. Like I'm not into this.
Yeah.
And then she just leans in to go and kiss me. So
Oh.
I pull back.
Ugh.
Like, what the fuck you doing?
Physical contact with a girl.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? You don't just do that. Like, no. Like, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she goes, I'm so sorry. You gave me the wrong signal. I thought like you were interested. So I was like, no, I'm good. Like, okay. And she's like, okay, I'm sorry. I was like, okay, great. So then, she.
Wait, just how
She's.
drunk is this girl?
I don't know. I don't know. But
So I'm not that drunk then.
Yeah, like
she
not
must.
stumbling around the place.
Yeah, she wasn't stumbling. Like she was. Like she had her wits about her.
Alright, okay.
So yeah, so then we stand there for another like 30 seconds in kind of awkward silence, and I'm like, "Is this drink worth it, my guy? Like, I have money. I can go buy myself a drink. Why the fuck am I here?" Like, so then she then go and then she turns to me. She's like, "Are you gay?" I'm like, "Bitch."
Oh,
So I was like, "No." Like, what?
I would have been like,
appropriate
yeah,
question
can you
though.
get me my drink now?
Yeah, I was like, "What the fuck? No, I'm not." She's like, "Why won't you get with me?" Like, I don't want to. Like,
Oh,
she's like, all right, okay, fair. I was like, okay, great. And then we turn around again, and I'm waiting, still waiting in line, and I'm like questioning everything that's happening in my head. Like, did this bitch just fucking say that? So another a good bit goes by, and like I'm just there, like debating, like, lad, I don't need this drink. I don't need this
why are
drink.
you
I don't
still
need this
stood in this line? Like
debate. No,
realistically.
listen, Adam. If this is where you're questioning me, a lot more happens.
It's a case
Before
of
I
just being
actually,
nice as well, you know? I guess.
yeah.
No,
So
she spilled it on you. You don't even talk to them. You get spilled on, and then you go, all right, no problem. See you later. You don't even
Bitch.
fucking
Me, a puncher in the neck.
head punch, rabbit puncher.
Don't punch anybody, just disclaimer.
Ah,
and,
fucking ream them out
and
of it, especially women. Go on.
Alright, continue.
So she goes to lean in for another kiss. Like
Nice.
this after not saying anything, and I'm like, bitch, like leave me alone, stop. And then she's like, why? And so then I was like, okay, I'm gonna come up with an excuse for her not to like want to do it again. So it's like, oh, actually, the reason is I have a girl, like I have a crush I like, so like I don't want to get with, and she's here, so I don't want to, get with somebody else and kind of fuck that up for me. I feel that's a valid excuse.
Yeah.
That's not bad, yeah.
She then goes, where is she? And I was like, oh. And my dumbass sees one of my mates I'm with. And me and this
Oh
mate,
no.
listen, me and this mate at the time had a pact where it's like, if she was ever in a situation where like a lad was being too forceful on her or being too
Yeah, yeah.
weird, it's like I'm a relatively bigger guy. She can just point me out. Like she knows where I am. She can just point me out to the crowd and be like, "That's my boyfriend." And then he would look at me and be like, "Bet I don't want the smoke," and it did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So it's
you're
kind of
huge, man.
Yeah, man. Fucking
no,
five foot nine Andy
I'm
over
not.
there.
Oh, yeah, 5'9", of course. I'm not like a massive lad, but what I mean by the whole bigness, she can spot me out of anywhere. You know, like she can most like as long as it's not too dark, but she can spot me. But she can spot me in the crowd and be like, that's my boyfriend, whatever. And then it's whenever a girl says I have a boyfriend, most lads tend to be like, oh, I'm sorry, and then move on.
Yeah, man. I'm always like, where is he?
I'll beat him up.
And then I get with him.
But yeah, so then it was a mutual thing. So I was like, okay, yeah, that my friend there, that's my girlfriend, whatever, or like that's the girl I have a crush on. And she's like, oh, her, man, she looks so boring. I'm more fun. I'm like, bitch, just leave me alone. Give me my drink and let me go. And so then she's like, oh, she looks boring. She looks whatever. And now my mates are standing up on the balcony thing, just watching this all happen.
Yeah, yeah.
They're pissing themselves laughing, not helping. I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is funny. And then we stop talking a bit, and then she just starts like she goes and like she's like dance for me, like messing about, like dance for me and all that. And I'm like, "Ugh, okay, I'll just entertain this for a bit. It was a bit awkward, whatever. And then she grabs my belt, right?
Nice.
And at the
That's a good
beginning,
sign.
she grabbed my belt and she was kind of like, shaking, like like kind of like trying as if like she was trying to make my hips move.
Oh,
Right? So
okay, yeah.
that's what I thought she was going for. So then I'm just like, my hips are just moving to what she's doing. I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? Like, this is not your dance. And then I look down and then my belt is undone. I'm like,
Oh.
this is weird. Like, this is strange. So she goes down and she puts her hand like down the fucking like mattresses and just starts like
Nice.
messing with my shit. And then she grabs my hand and then puts it down hers. And I'm like, ooh, I can feel everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you're not in the mood, this shit is foul. Like, so I'm freaked out. Like I'm like, oh, like I can feel like it's sticky and shit. I'm like, this is nasty. I don't want to be here. I feel like a child. I'm like, ew. And so I put my hand out as I'm supposed to, and I'm like, what the fuck? Now I'm pissed off. I'm like, this is nasty. You probably have COVID. Like, I can't believe you just gave me some disease. And
And then I dropped
and
dead.
then this bitch for the third time in a row was like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. You gave me the wrong signal. I thought you were like interested, yada yada yada.
Fair
And I'm
enough.
like, man, there's no way I gave her those signals. I'm not at fault at all of this. So I'm like, you know what? It's cool. You can keep the drink. I'm gonna go to my friends. I'm sorry. Like, leave me alone. So I go to walk away and then she grabbed my hand. She's like, listen, I'm really, really, really fucking sorry. It won't happen again. It's just, you know, so she goes into complimenting me, being like, oh, she's very interested in me and she just wanted to like not fuck it up and do whatever. And she apologized. And it seemed genuine. So I was like, you know what? Fair enough. She's like, I don't want to seem like a prick and have you go and go to your friends like with the impression that I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. It's just I really wanted to try something. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me just get you a drink and I'll let you go. She's like, I promise nothing will happen. And I was like, fair. All right,
You're
fair.
so stupid.
Big man, you gotta be nice. I
No,
can't
you're an idiot.
be. So I was like, okay, get me my drink and I'll go. So we stand there again, and now we're getting close. Like we're right at the like. A part of me wanted to stay as well because listen, we're right at the bar at this point. Like I waited already. I might as well get the drink out of it. So, and then like we'll maybe like there's two more people in front of us, and they're getting served. So like we're like pretty much next. And then she then goes and whatever. She's like, "Why don't you like me though?" I was like, oh, I don't want to discuss this now. But she's like, I'm not pretty, is it? I'm not pretty enough for you.
Oh, that's not what you want.
I was like, I don't have this conversation. And then she goes and goes, I'm really into black lads.
Of course.
And I was like,
Well,
okay, I
I'm
don't
not
know.
black.
Well, I am, unfortunately.
Oh, could she tell?
No,
It was dark in there.
he was actually couldn't. No, I mean, unfortunately, in that situation, I was her demographic. And uh, she then was like uh, she was like I'm really into black lads whatever, and I was like okay, and then she's like, look, I have this, and then she showed me a little tattoo, and I was like okay, and at the time I didn't know what the tattoo meant. I was like, what the fuck have you shown me a tattoo? I was like, okay, like it was so weird tattoo with like a um you know playing cards, the spades.
Yeah.
She had a spade tattooed on her, right? Like she had a spade like on a Q, like
Okay.
tattooed on it. And I was like, okay, this is weird. So then she takes out her phone and then she takes out her phone and then she shows me all these other black lads that she's gotten with.
Sick.
And how she
Did you know any of them?
of course not, you prick. Oh yeah, I was like, oh yeah, that's Jamal from down the street. No, she takes her phone out and shows me all these black lads that she's gotten with, and she's like, she shows me pictures of them all with
Oh, hang on,
Yeah,
Peter, your
yeah.
mic's kind of fucked a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Okay. She shows me pictures of them with like AirPods,
Nice.
and I'm like, what is that? She's like, I bought them all AirPods, and I was like,
Oh,
big man. So I'm sitting there like, this could be an investment. You mean, 'cause
You know,
I was like,
he
True, though, I did
he
that.
does do business in college.
Yeah,
So
he's a business. Yeah, he's a business
so,
Andy.
yes, I was seeing the opportunity cost and like everything. So, but she's telling me like she bought all these that fucking AirPods for getting with her and all that, and I was like, yo, like okay,
So strange.
it's like
that's just the
that.
plan.
Do you know that TikTok where the girl's showing off her Rolex, and the guy's like,
Mm.
the guy's like, what did it cost? And she's like, an hour.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, go on.
At a certain point, she had added herself on my Snap, right?
Nice. What, just without you
So
knowing?
I don't remember. I don't remember that part. I don't remember how that conversation went and how she got my phone. I just remember her
Probably
having
went
like
like
I
it
think it was at the
probably went like
beginning.
probably went, will you buy me AirPods if I give you my Snapchat? And she was like, yeah, no problem. And you were like, no problem, man. I'll pretend I forgot about this part.
And I could maybe that happened. I don't know. I'll never know. But with that being said, I had these AirPods. No, but she had my Snap, whatever, and then she got me the drink, and I dipped, and I was okay, grand. Like, I thought that was the end of the story. I thought that was the end of that. And I ran into her again at the end, like at some point throughout the night, but then like I wasn't on it. Like she didn't come anywhere. I wouldn't let anyone near me. I go home, and then like a day goes by, and then the day after that I have to go to work, and then
Where do you
my
work?
shop.
Ah! No, I gotta bleep that.
Oh yes.
Yeah, frick.
Sorry, go on. You go to work.
Yeah, I'm on my way to work. I'm walking up there, and then I get like my phone like shows me a notification like 3 times from Snapchat, and it's from the same chick. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't remember her name. So then I
Wow,
then
can't believe you wouldn't even remember her name, man.
What a
Honestly,
look at
so
this guy.
sexist.
I'm sorry, yeah, I'm toxic. What can I say? And so I open it and it's just nudes. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother with this shit.
Hog.
Was
So
there
I
any
leave it.
AirPods in the photos?
Surprisingly, yeah, there was. there, there was. She said I should come down and get them, but I was like, I'm not gonna respond to this. They're probably fake. Anyway, that's what I tell myself, for missing out on these. But then
True.
I was shouting, to the boys, like I was shouting to some of my friends from like my from when I another college I was at.
Peter trying to pretend he has friends.
From a
No,
trying not to say
no,
it, Tinder.
okay. Listen, I was trying. Shut up, man. It's just my other mates from the other college. Like,
Man,
You fucked up again.
yeah, it's like you're going. It's like he's slowly walking away from his microphone.
Yeah.
was it
There,
stuck
you're
in my
back.
head? Okay, right. My other mates in a different college I know, so I'm talking to them about the whole situation, and I tell them about the tattoo, and I'm like, what the fuck was she supposed to imply? Like making jokes. Like, what she implying? Like, oh, I got this black tattoo. Like, what the fuck? And then they asked me to describe what the tattoo was, and I told them. Apparently, Queen of Spades is a chick who just fucks black guys.
Is
And
it?
yeah, and she had this shit tattooed on her.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah,
Queen
But I have
of
that tattoo.
Spades.
Google it.
Oh,
Queen,
it just came up the actual card.
Queen of Spades. Meaning. What does
Those,
the
yeah,
meaning?
those it basically means that those women are looking for sex exclusively with black men at that moment.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
She had this shit tattooed.
Good on her.
She goes to the college, my guy.
What a hero.
Ew. Ew, what am I reading?
Unlucky, my guy.
Nice.
In the
That's pog.
in the event the wife becomes black bread pregnant
Oh, stop.
due to
What?
single or multiple inseminations,
Pog.
the cook will provide support and raise her mixed child.
What are you watching? I don't think you're on a different thing, John.
I'm on Quora.
Quora.
Black
Oh,
bulls. What?
yeah,
If married,
that's
the husband is cuckold. Ah, that's kind of funny. Honey, I want to get a tattoo. Oh yeah, what do you want to get? Just a spade, the queen of spades, you know? And I'm like, wait a minute. I've read
Where
this
have I
before.
you load up the podcast? You're like, yeah, that's why I've heard
The ancient texts.
it.
See, that's
Oh
how
man.
fucking weird college is.
Yeah, this is true, man. Nothing weird ever happens to me though.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have weird
I
stories.
think it's not. I think it's because I'm white.
True. No one has the fucking I don't know what white women or white guy version is, like the Queen of Spades or something. Honestly, if you think about that, if someone had a tattoo on them saying that they only fuck white guys, that'd be a little bit racist. To be kind of like,
It's
Well,
just like
what
a
if?
little Nazi
No,
symbol.
but what if it was like a black girl that had that tattoo?
true. There you go. Then it'll be okay.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Hey man, how do
We
I
just
get? I
solved
gotta get me one of them
racism.
tattoos.
Stop.
I think we should all get them. I think we should convince Sean to get
Yeah.
one.
No.
That'd be so funny.
I bet we could do it too. I bet it's completely possible.
100%. Idiot, man.
Oh, it's just...
Smelling what the Rock is cooking.
Oh man, that's a funny story.
Well,
You
it's
could have
man.
got some AirPods.
Bro, I'm actually kind of good. Like, every time I think about that, I'm like, bro, just...
Yeah,
like,
was she
2
like? Were
minutes of
you just
action.
not feeling it, or like
She
was
was...
she kind of
Man,
fugly?
she was butters.
Alright, fair enough.
Like, she was butters. Like, I don't really... Like, she was typical, like... I'm not the... Listen, alright? I'm not the guy who's usually like, okay, this girl is very, 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 very fucking ugly or whatever. Like, I usually tend to reserve judgment until I can meet the personality as well. This bitch was fugly, right? Inside and out. So,
Oh, no, that's awful because you felt inside. That's disgusting, Peter.
Ew.
Hey,
That's
stop, man.
gross. Peter, I can't believe
Also,
you do that.
oh fuck, Peter.
Peter, I can't believe you
Big man,
touched. But imagine if you did that to a girl, though.
oh,
Imagine if
big
you were
man.
like, man.
Kind of hot.
Imagine if you spilled a drink on a girl, right? And you're like, oh, sorry, I'll get you a white girl. Okay, this is important. And you're like, you're like, because nobody cares about. I know, I'm joking.
I was gonna say, what is he allowed to molest black women? Like,
No. Not like that at all. Just it's just important to the story because of the
Yeah,
Okay,
similarities
yeah,
and the parallels, you know.
okay.
So you spill a drink on this white girl, right? And you're like, "Oh, I'm really sorry. You know, let's go get a drink." And you're in the queue, and then you're like, you just go in for the case, and she's like, "Nah." And then you're like, "All right," and you grab her hand and you shove it down your pants. Man, that's it. You're arrested on the spot. The
Oh my
police just,
god, on
the
the
police.
spot,
There,
like,
it's like, what's that? The meme?
we got him.
No, not that one.
FBI, open up.
FBI, open up! Yeah, that one. They bust through the roof. They're like breaking down the countertops and shit. They just shoot you on sight,
No questions
and then
asked.
and then you get tried for rape, and she gets $1 million.
Well, I mean, he did kind of rape her a little bit.
Yeah, this is true. But my point is, Peter got raped,
Yeah.
like sexually molested.
There you go.
Peter's-
You had to
Peter's
throw that point in, otherwise it was just like, what the fuck? Why would Peter get time for raping this girl?
All right, okay. Yeah. No, my point is that would happen. You're right, that would happen. But because it was Peter and it was a girl doing it to him, and he's like
Yeah, no one gave a
big
shit.
dude, nobody cares. I mean, I care. I'm sorry, Peter. I'm sorry for that happened to
I
you.
don't care.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's
Peter
more
got
of
more
I
action than
feel
me.
like
What the fuck?
I feel like for lads it's more sort of like a funny story. Like we don't really have because like we know we can like I preface it by saying like
Yeah, well, I mean,
could've
it's different.
easily got the fuck I could have easily got the fuck out of there. It was just I kind of more so stayed because the story was it was
Yeah.
gonna be incredible and like I wanted a drink. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, I had the option to stay and like I can't I not like I wasn't asking for it, but like I could have got the fuck out of there if I wanted to. So which is fine. In a role reversal, they don't have that kind of option. It's not as easier for them.
Yeah,
you know?
it's scarier, yeah. Well, possibly. Some women will beat the shit out of me, but
Oh yeah. I see some trap ladies in the
at least
gym
we have
every now and then.
the title for the podcast now.
Oh, stop.
Peter's rape story.
Hey,
And then I
no,
mean,
no,
people will be
no.
like, "Wait a minute, did he get raped or rape someone else?" And then that'll intrigue people to click on it.
True. Any truers, man. Expert of clickbait over here.
Peter's rape story, episode number 2.
Then people will be like, wait a minute, where's episode 1? And then they'll go to the first podcast.
And then comment, and then they get to come on. Tell
Yeah.
us about their rape stories.
Oh,
The
man.
rape podcast.
That's a.
I mean, I
That's
don't think we
fucked
can
up.
put that in the title because YouTube will push it, so you can't put that.
Fuck that shit, man. I'll put it in.
No, no.
Peter's scary
Oh,
story.
molest. No, you can't put
Yeah,
that.
yeah, put that in.
Peter being molested by a woman.
Peter
And
gets
then in
molested.
brackets, this actually happens.
Stop.
And then in like square brackets, funny.
Hashtag coronavirus.
You lot aren't really trying to make money from this shit, are you?
I don't know. Does anyone else have any funny stories? I don't really have stories from nights out. I kind of just hate all nights out. So it's like I go and get drunk. I've been kicked out a lot of times. And Peter has left me to die on the side of the street for about 4 hours.
You've been
Shut
kicked
the
out of the
fuck
club?
up.
Oh yeah, like twice.
Big man,
Not
shut
for like
up.
violence,
I
just being
didn't- I
too
didn't
drunk.
know.
I'll explain this story. I'll explain Peter being the worst friend in the world. Don't worry about it. So
Alright, go on then.
It's alright, man.
me,
I'll mute
Peter,
Peter.
and a load of our other friends from school, from secondary school. I don't think were we in college at this point? We weren't, were we?
Yeah.
Oh no, we
yeah,
were.
yeah.
You were. I was in the. I think I was doing a PLC,
Mhm.
and Peter was in his first year, and we all went out, and I got drunk because I was in a great place mentally. So see, I
should've
got like
laughed at that.
super
I
fucked up.
should've.
No,
I
it was
should've
pretty
laughed at
funny. It
that.
was a joke. You were meant to laugh. Sorry, yeah, I shouldn't have kept the silence going there. But yeah, so I got super fucked up, and another one of our friends, we can say his name, Ziggy. Ziggy was taking care of us, or taking care of me, and another one of the girls that we were with as well, and they like brought me into the toilet because they were like, he needs to get sick so that he doesn't, die. So I went into the toilet, and then the man that's in the toilet that sells perfume and shit and says if it smells like she can keep on licking, shit like that. He went and ratted on us like a pussy, and then the two people came in, picked me up, and just dragged me out the back. I wasn't like, what the fuck, what he is doing. I just sort of went out with them, and then lied down on the road right outside of it, which is kind of strange that they just sort of left me there. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
but
Like they definitely shouldn't have done that.
like literally right out front, outside the line. If anybody knows the Roost and Maynooth, where you go in on the side door, literally the car parking space directly opposite it, I was just passed out on the floor. So
If any security guards from the Roost who knows this story wants to come on and explain their side, let us know.
no, but basically, so I don't really remember being kicked out that much, but I kind of come to, I guess, and I'm throwing projectile vomiting on the side of the road, and I'm just fucked up. But anyway, I stand up. This is actually kind of funny. I stand up and I'm like, man, let me back in. And he was like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, come on, like I'm fine now. It's cool. And he's like, man, you just threw up so fucking much. Right there, I could see it. You did it in front of me. And I was like, I know, man, but I'm fine. And my friends are inside, and like I'm by myself. And he was like, no, sorry, man. And I was like, all right, can I at least go and get my jacket? Because I was like, man, I was like, it's fucking freezing. I was like, please just, because I had left my jacket inside. And he was like, you need to go get your jacket, do you? And I was like, yeah, like seriously. I was like, I'll give you the token and you can just go get it for me. And then he just looks to the guy to his right. It was honestly one of the most embarrassing things ever, right? He looks to the guy to his right and just smiles, and then looks back at me and goes, do you mean the jacket in your hand? And I look down and I'm fucking holding my jacket, which, so that was fun. And there goes all my chances of getting back into the club. So anyway, I go back and I sit down on the curb beside my sick pile, and two people come over, and I'm like, it kind of gets bad again, and I'm like kind of dazing in and out of consciousness and shit. and these people are coming over and they're like, no, like, you know, stay awake and shit. And I'm like, nah, man, fuck that shit. And they're just chatting to me. It was just like a couple. I think I still have a picture of them on my phone. They took my Snapchat and they were trying to ring people or text people that were like in my best friends so that they'd come and get me. Like they rang a girl that wasn't there. They rang her about 6 times at 2 o'clock, or like I think it was like 12 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, or 12 o'clock at night, I suppose, and rang her like 6 times. She didn't respond. They texted Ziggy and Robert, two of the guys that we were there with, and a couple of the girls that we were there with. Nobody responds, and from I'd say I got kicked out around I'd say 11:30, right, which is kind of depressing considering I'd say we got there at about 10 o'clock, and I was dying outside by 12. I'd say from 11:30 till what time? Like 2 o'clock. I was by myself, outside of the thing, just dead. And then I kind of, I don't know. I guess blackout is blackout the right term? I black out
Yeah.
again, and I don't actually remember anything from that point. From the point of thing, but Esty, another one of my childhood friends, he came out at around 2 o'clock with everyone else and went looking for me. The only one to go looking for me, so I know who my real friends are. And surprised it was Esty, to be honest, but whatever. And finds me outside the Garda station, linked with two guys who are just bringing me around Maynooth. So yeah, shout out to them guys. You know, if
That's like
you're
a
If you're
weekend
listening
of
to this
Burton's type shit.
podcast,
yeah, if you're listening, hop on. But yeah, and then
Hey,
I don't know how we got home. I don't know how we thing, but yeah. Also, but
yeah.
but I found out because I remember you weren't there with us. I think you were off with someone when I was like in the bathrooms and stuff.
Me.
But yeah, like you
Yeah.
weren't with us at like when you didn't know I got thrown out basically.
Yeah, I
And
didn't. And
yeah, I
the
mean you could have
connection in
found
there.
you could have been like, where's Adam, and then asked someone,
No,
but
the
whatever.
thing is, I was with you lot, but I was also with like another set of like college mates as well
Yeah,
that were there. So I was going it like back and forth, chilling. And when you were getting sick, or whatever, I wasn't with you lot, and I kind of ended up spending majority of the night with the college mates because
yeah.
I was with you lot the rest of the day. And when I left the club is when I got the notification that, oh shit, like for me, for some reason, the reception there is
Oh yeah,
garbage.
it's awful. It is awful. Yeah.
That's when I got a notification when I walked out, and they were like, "Someone has texted." I think someone had texted me or something or whatever. I just remember being like, "Oh shit, where's Adam?" And like, you already been found. I was like, "Oh, okay, he's cool." I didn't know anything about this until like afterwards.
But something that I did find out, which is the reason why I hate Ziggy. Not really. But so the two of them were with me when I had got thrown out. So the two of them is Ziggy and one of the girls, and uh, they were like, all right, well, I mean, let's go, you know, outside and get him because we've just
Mm-hmm.
watched him. We've just handed him off to these bouncers,
Yeah.
and then they go to walk out. Ziggy walks by the bar and goes, "Huh, do you want to do some shots?" And then they did shots, got drunk, and forgot about me. Isn't that sick?
that is
Aren't they
sick.
great friends?
I wouldn't have done that.
I feel like
I would have done the exact same thing. I would have said, "Fuck that guy for getting drunk, trying to ruin our night," and just continued on. To be honest, I don't blame them.
I
But
feel I
it
feel
was
like in
pretty.
I feel like in most situations where you're absolutely plastered, I'm the good one in the situation.
Man, I
But
can't remember
I
a single
remember
time you've ever taken care of me.
are you insane? Shut your mouth. I
I mean,
I actually.
normally you're getting drunk with them.
Oh no,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm drunk with him, but like he's on another level, so like it sobers me up immediately. So I gotta be like, okay, cool. I remember this bitch. Oh, I remember. There's a part where like this day when you were like particularly not feeling great, and you wanted to leave the club and go to another club across the road. So he just walks in, like, and you have to pay in to get into clubs. So he just walking up the stairs, and she's like, "Excuse me." I was like, "Oh, here, I pay for the both of us to go in." We both go in. He goes to the bar. He's like, "I want to order 12 shots," and I'm like, like he's already destroyed, right?
I was
I
not drunk at that point.
I went, you big man.
I was
I
again
went,
not in a great mental state, but
I
that
went
was
to the
due to other sources.
I went to the bartender, and I was like, please, man, do not give him 12 shots. I said, max 3, and I will do one with him to make sure he doesn't do any more. Like, that's max 3. And he was like, no, 12, 12. So the man had lined up 12. I looked at the bartender. I was like, big man, I said, don't give him. So the man
The
takes it
guy's like,
away
hey man,
and
just
does
do my
3.
job.
I said, he pours out the 3, and Adam does the 3, and I was like, okay. And like he was a bit pissed off that I couldn't let him get the 12,
Yeah.
and then
I
we just
think
left.
just one
And
sec.
then we just left.
Yeah, we just walked out.
Oh man, I think bartenders are a bit sadistic, to be honest. And
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they want to see you get fucked up.
yeah, me and Adam have a small story that was relatively recent
If you do not,
of
if
a
you do,
bartender abusing
don't
Oh,
us.
sorry guys, include Peter in this one because
don't
apparently he did it as
do
well.
not disrespect me like this.
Peter didn't do it.
I
You
swear
did.
to God, I did.
You do it by yourself,
Bro,
like what?
No,
I
with you lot. With you lot. I swear to God, I was there too. I
I
can't
have
believe
no
I'm
recollection of
disrespected like.
Peter being
I
there.
can't believe I'm disrespected like this.
All right,
Sorry,
bit of
Peter.
context. We were at the Christmas party of
I big
and,
man.
Our place of work.
Mhm.
sorry, yeah, and I just it was kind of shit. It wasn't shit.
It was
I think
garbage.
it was at the point where it was kind of okay.
I was having a good
John,
time.
you were locked. Yeah, John was fucked up, and then me and Peter were kind of just not really. We weren't really able to get drunk, and we just weren't really feeling it. The music was kind of trash. I probably got it more into it a little bit more than you, Peter, but it still
You
wasn't.
definitely. I feel like you definitely
Still
did.
wasn't great.
I
So I
was
was.
pissed off the entire night.
Yeah, I remember I went into who's a weird person that we work with?
Oh, actually,
Oh,
side
loads
note.
of them.
Side note, by the way, the next day I had an exam and I didn't know.
Oh, you're an idiot, bro.
I got to like redo it like the weekend or
Oh,
whatever
nice, bro.
because a lot of people didn't show up. But like, because she didn't tell us, but like apparently we had the exam, we didn't know.
Yeah, I had gone into the bathrooms and a guy that we work with was there with another person who was kind of he's a little bit strange. Like I don't know if he has something wrong with him or whatever, but you could tell that the guy he's like a friend, and I was like you could tell he just didn't want to be there. So I was like, hey yo, you want to do some shots just to get him out of the room because your man was kind of you know when you put your wall up against or your hand up against the wall beside someone, you're kind of like pinning them into the fucking
Yeah.
conversation. So it was
Yeah.
like that. So I was like, here, come on, I'll go buy some shots. And went up, and the bartender he was young, and he knew I think he knew both the people I was with, and he knew the people that like our friends, our actual friends from work. He knew all of them, and he was kind of just
Yeah,
joking
he
around
was
with
kind
us
of
and
yeah,
shit
he was
like
kind
that.
of
He was a
chill.
nice guy, like. And he was like, "Do you want to do some suicide shots?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And the two people I was there with, they didn't want us, so I just bought them their shots because I said I would. And then they just left. And then I called John over, and apparently Peter, right? I remember I went over and I was trying to get everyone to do it.
I think it's better for the story if you just leave me out of it.
Nah, fuck, we'll include you because you did one. I think me and John did two, didn't we?
Oh, I definitely did too. Yeah.
Yeah, so you
Yeah,
did one,
I
right?
only did
So
one. Yeah.
I went over and I called everyone over and I was like, "Do you want to do a suicide shot?" And they were like, "What the fuck is that?" And it's most of you probably, well, if anyone's listening, you probably know what it is. But it's where normally when you're doing tequila, you lick the salt, do the shot, and bite the lemon. But in this one, you sniff the salt, take the shot, and squeeze the lemon in your eye, which is just strange for a bartender to tell you to do in
Yeah.
their place of work. But I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude," because I was so bored, and I was a little bit drunk as well. So I was trying to get everyone to do it, and John's fucked up. So I could have told him to
That was
I could have told you to shit on the floor, and you would have
I
done it.
would have done it. In fact, I think I
Yeah.
had at one stage. That was the second drunkest I've ever been in my entire life.
So we got we got John, and we got like apparently I got Peter, and no one else would do it with me. So I was like, right, fuck it, we'll go do it. And that shit was fine, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I think
I was blasted, so I didn't feel
yeah, that's the
anything.
thing. I was so drunk. I was like, I'd say if I was sober, the sniffing probably would have been worse than everything else. But you don't even feel it, and then the shot's fine, obviously, and then you don't really feel you feel like the lemon for like what, like a second, and then it just goes
Yeah.
away straight away. It's like there's just water in your eye. I don't know if it was different for you, Peter, because you weren't that drunk.
Well, I
No,
missed
But
my eye.
I was surprised at how little I felt.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then I was like, fuck that shit, I'll do it again. And at
Mhm.
this point, the bartender was kind of like, really? Like, are you sure? I was
Yeah.
like, you don't have to. And I was like, fuck that shit, man, I'll do it again. He was like, why? And I was like, it's kind of fun. It's better than just doing a shot. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to say you put yourself in pain. You probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't promote that, but it's just kind of
It's more
funny to be honest.
exciting. It's a bit of
Yeah,
excitement.
it's more exciting. So we did that again. and it was probably easier than the first time. I think I did like 3. I don't know why. I just kept going back up because I was like,
Yeah, well, I definitely did
this
2
shit.
at least.
Yeah, I just didn't want to talk to my friends, to be honest.
That's fair.
So I was like, fuck it, I'll just hurt myself instead. Which is which is good advice for everyone. You know, if you don't want to do something, hurt yourself.
That's true.
Wait a minute.
And
We're
then,
gonna
and
get
then we wanted
cancelled
to do
on
it
our
back.
second
We,
episode.
we wanted to do it back in the room because we had some alcohol. We
Oh
were
my
staying.
god,
It
I
was in
had
a
forgotten
hotel.
that.
It was in a different hotel, and we were like, we were like, we'll do it back in the room because we had some. I don't know what we had. We had like whiskey or something like that.
Yeah, we had like
And
Jameson's.
so we asked the guy. We asked the guy for some lemons, and we both just took a handful of lemons back to the room with us. And it was just,
Yeah.
we didn't even do it because we didn't have any salt. So we just had a fucking load
A
of
bunch
lemons
of
scattered
lemons.
around the room. It was so fucking
Oh
funny.
man,
Yeah,
that
actually,
was the
I
best
was
shit ever.
I was thinking about like molest stories. And Adam,
Hmm
you've been molested too. Don't
No,
forget
you
about
see,
that.
this is allegedly, right?
Well, okay, so okay,
We
let me
want to put a
explain it.
precursor on this. Oh man, we can
Okay.
change it to our rape stories now. Our rape stories and Adam being an alcoholic. So
So no, I'll
yeah,
explain it from my
do you
point
want to
of
do
view.
this one? Oh Jesus Christ! Okay, go for it.
So right. All right, so we go to this nightclub in Navan, right? I'm not giving them free promo because this nightclub is ass. But we go to this nightclub in Navan, and now it was me, Adam, Ziggy, and a few other friends, right? Now, all of our friends, like most of us, me, Robert, Adam, Ziggy, like we're in comparison to like the to everybody else that was there, we can spot each other easily. You know what I'm saying? Like we can just see our heads over like most of the
We're
people
all
there.
six
Because
Tall,
we're 6'5".
tall people.
yeah, right. And so we can see each other very easily, and like we never can really get lost in like the in the on the dance floor. So I go get myself and Robert a drink, and Ziggy was supposed to be keep an eye on Adam. Now I turn around and I see Ziggy and Adam dancing. I turn around again to back to the bar and I order myself a drink or something. I turn back around, Adam's nowhere to be seen, and Ziggy's just vibing, right? So I'm like, the fuck is Adam? But I'm like, he's probably gone to the toilet. You know, I can't be around him 24/7. Like, he probably needs to, like, chill, talk to someone else. I was like, he's fine. I get my drink. Me and Robert are chatting for a bit, and we're talking. And then, like, the thought of Adam kind of like subsides because, like, he's probably fine. He's a massive dude. He can handle himself, right? So, so we go back to, and then it gets to the point where like, actually, let's go look for Adam. And then we're walking through like a dance floor, and then the DJ plays some banger, and I'm like, listen, he can wait 3 minutes, right? But the bangers didn't stop. The bangers didn't stop. It was banger after banger after banger, and we're vibing on the dance floor. And listen, we'll pop lock it. We're doing everything. And then, like the night is coming to like near an end, and we're like, and like the bangers are stopping now. And I was like, actually, Adam, like this would be a song that Adam would like enjoy. Like, what the fuck is he? I'm surprised he's not back here yet. So we go looking for him, and we find this fool lying across like some couch with makeup all over his face.
Oh no.
He is plastered in makeup. Right? So some
Red
chick
lipstick.
has
Red
a red lipstick as well around his lips. So some chick has just destroyed him while he,
See, like
while
this.
he was asleep.
Yeah.
Or,
Ew. Oh,
or
for some reason in my head, I thought that somebody had just gone up to you, took a lipstick out, and just put it on you.
Hopefully, honestly, because yeah,
no,
this shit's
that's
fucked.
Man,
Yeah, I doubt it though.
yeah.
no, yeah, there's foundation, everything all over his face. Like
Oh
you can tell
no.
she was lipstick. But
Go find
but he,
the girl who has no lipstick on and the foundation is gone from around her mouth and
the thing is though, right? At the beginning, we were like kind of like trying to like deny it or whatever, but like it's obvious what had happened. And Adam was like, "Oh man, she did it while I was asleep." I was like, it could have been possible where like you kind of just blacked out and you were still like you chatted her up, blacked out, got with her, and then fell asleep.
yeah.
That's very true.
It's very
Uh,
possible.
yeah, because generally I'm still there when I'm blacked out. I don't really
Just
fall
don't remember.
asleep that much, like shit like that. Like I don't really pass out. Um, But I remember that was such a fun night. Not up before that because well, not fun. Funny is a better word. It was actually awful. It was one of the worst nights. As in, the night out was pretty good, but it's just bad memories, I guess.
Yeah.
I remember one of the funniest things was I found all you guys because I honestly can't remember being with you at all.
Because you did.
But I found you and Ziggy, I think, and I was like, "Oh, do you want to do a shot, or do you want to go get shots?" And you were like, "Fuck yeah, man, let's go." And I think was
Oh,
Robert
yeah.
there with us? I think he must have been,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah.
Um, so you were like, "Okay, I'm gonna go find Robert. Stay there." And I was like, "Yeah, cool." So you all left, and you went to go find Robert, and I was like, "I'll go buy the drinks." So I went up and I was like, "Yo, can I have 4 shots of like tequila or some shit?"
That was a red
And
flag. That was a red flag. When you
yeah,
said I'm gonna go
that was
buy the drink, that
your
was a
fault.
red flag.
That
For
was your
shots,
fault.
red flag.
So at this point, don't get me wrong, I am fucked up. But I went and I was like, yeah, can I get my 4 shots? And then it felt like I sat there for about 20 minutes, right? But I'm sure it was about 30 seconds. Pay for the uh, pay for the thing, and then I'm like, man, where are these guys? So then I'm like, fuck it, I'll just do it. So I just did the 4 shots, and then I go to walk back to go try find them. And I walk towards the dance floor, and there's Robert. Robert like basically catches me because I was walking downstairs. And he like catches me and he's like, "All right, what's up?" And he's like, "I was like, yeah." And he was like, "Where's the drinks?" And I was like, I just started laughing. And then you came over and you were like, "Where's our drinks?" And I was like, "I did them." I was like, "I did the shots." And you got pissed off, and then you just started
No,
laughing. You got pissed off for about 2 seconds, and then you just started laughing.
but the reason I was like annoyed was the fact you did 4 shots to yourself. You were already dying. Like I was like, lad, you're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah, I remember I did more after that because I don't know, I just refused to hang around with you guys. I don't even know why. But I went up to the thing and I was like, I think someone beside me or something. I think I heard someone say Sambuca, so I was like, man, I want a fucking Sambuca. And I went up and I was like, yeah, can I get 2 shots of Sambuca? And this is just me by myself. And there was this dude beside me, like we knew him, but we weren't, or I knew him, but I wasn't friends with him or anything like that. But like we'd say hello, and we'd know each other's name. But he just starts shouting at me, and I cannot remember what he was shouting at me. But I'm just sat there, I'm just there doing the shots, and he continues to shout at me. Now I don't know if I took his shots or something, or like he thought he was getting one or some shit. But he is screaming at me while I'm doing these shots, and I literally just do the shots, look at him, and then just walk away in a just discombobulated state, like I didn't know what was going on.
What a
So
legend.
yeah, never found out what that was for. And then
Man.
Probably got with his girlfriend or something.
Oh man.
Little home wrecker.
didn't get
You had his girlfriend's lipstick all around your face. You had his lipstick all around your face. Man, it
Yeah,
could have been a
true.
dude.
Yeah, it could have been. I gotta be fucked.
That would be hilarious.
I had a thought in the middle of that, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I probably mentioned in the last episode, but we should probably preface that we're in Ireland and the legal age to drink is 18. Because like
But
in these
drink
stories,
before that, because then you get to find out what you want to drink when you go to bars.
true.
Yeah, when you're
I
actually
mean,
18, you're like,
that's
That is
I
what
know
we
my
all
shit.
did.
Yeah, it's very important.
I had my
But
17th
yeah,
birthday in
we
a
were
pub.
legally drinking in nightclubs because we were 19
Yeah,
and 20 during this. Man,
I was 18.
when I did the suicide shots, I was 20. So
I was 9.
wait a minute. Yeah, I don't have any. I was never molested. I don't think.
Not that you know of.
Not that I know of. I had a friend record me in the bath once. Does that count?
Yeah, that's fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah,
While while I was drunk. But he didn't send it anywhere because in my drunken state, I asked him not to. Oh, I had a friend put his fingers down my neck to make me vomit. Is that count?
a bit extreme measures, but yeah.
Yeah, those two things are in the same night.
Oh,
Yeah,
A good night.
it was a good night. It was a really fun night. Man, I that night I was so unbelievably drunk, and I don't think I was even as drunk as the time I did the suicide shots, but I was really drunk, and
mhm.
we went and got a chipper afterwards, after the club, and I was going back to my friend's house, and we were just walking. There's like a hill up to his house. We were walking up the hill, and there's like a fence or like a gated off area to the right. And I remember I just had a bag of chips that I paid for, and I was eating it, and I was enjoying it. My friend just grabbed the bag of chips and just fucked it over the fence, and I was like, I was unbelievably mad for about 30 seconds before I had completely forgotten that I bought a bag of chips.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was a really good night.
Yeah,
Um,
getting drunk sucks.
yeah, well, my problem is when I get drunk, I don't get headache hangovers, and I don't get
No, yeah.
I'm not like dying in bed all the next day. I just vomit like 20 times.
Oh, yeah, it's awful.
And when I say 20, I mean like that. I'm not exaggerating. Like I could genuinely vomit after a night out 20 times, like over the following 24 hours. And I'd feel fine between vomiting, but like then I'd like smell something and I'd just get sick within 3 seconds of smelling
Yeah.
it.
The
And
thing
The
is,
I
way
find it hard to eat.
your vomits aren't like a normal vomit. It's not like a "Ugh," whatever. Yours are violent. Like
Yeah.
the,
Like, oh
I
yeah,
heard it
you guys
once. I
heard
thought you
me.
were dying. Like I thought somebody got killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't even drink that much. Like we were fine that day. Well, I don't know. Adam fell asleep with one shoe on, and Carl wanted to play the drums.
Yeah,
No, but we heard you getting sick on the Christmas party as well. The day
yeah.
after we did the suicide
Oh
shots.
yeah.
That was an alarming
Isn't
amount. That
uh,
wasn't even like, oh, it was just awful.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
where you
get
were getting it
violently
from.
sick.
Like it's like a gun. Like it's just
Yeah,
oh.
it's terrible. We'll record it next time, and we'll play a
That,
video on the
that'll
podcast.
be the new intro.
We'll play the audio. Yeah, that
mm.
was horrible. And yeah, that day after the Christmas party, the toilet was flooded and we couldn't use it, so I vomited in the sink like 8 times.
Mm.
That was great.
That poor lady who has to go in there and clean that bitch.
It was
Fuck
just
me.
water. Oh my god, and blood. Never mind.
Yeah.
It was water
Yeah,
and blood.
his nose started bleeding. Probably because of the suicide shots, because of the
Yeah, 'cause
salt you stored.
I get a lot of nosebleeds. Just I don't know. I always have throughout my life. It's just a thing. I still get them regularly. I had one the other day in bed, but I didn't even get up. I just let it go. Um, I was just too
Nice.
tired. It was only a really small one though, and I just wiped it with a tissue that was beside my bed. But yeah,
Why,
we
why
did
is it
like
beside your
suicide
bed, mate?
shots. What?
I said, why is it beside the tissue beside your bed?
I
The
What do you
told
suspect.
you.
think?
I got a big old blue roll beside my bed to clean things up when they spill.
Oh,
Hmm.
fair, fair.
um. Yeah. So yeah, that yeah, 'cause so I get like nosebleeds, and we did the suicide shots, which involved snorting salt, and I said it to somebody. I think it was either Adam or Carl. I said it to them that I was going to have a nosebleed later on, and
Yeah,
I
you
did.
did, yeah.
I did have a nosebleed, and it was not an enjoyable experience. It was a lot of blood.
Oh yeah, it was fucked.
I don't even remember it. I remember having the nosebleed, but in my head, it's basically an image in my head of just my nose bleeding. It's like I'm aware it happened, but I can't remember the experience.
Oh fuck,
But
man, that was the weirdest situation ever.
the whole night or just the
I, the whole night, everything, like people walking into our
I
rooms
loved it. I thought it
randomly.
was so funny.
Yeah.
Every single part of that night was hilarious.
Man, Sean took the biggest L.
This is
Like,
true.
I'm not dogging it. I'm not gonna dog him out, but like,
No.
He
it was
just
just,
We'll get him on to tell the story at some stage.
yeah,
no,
yeah, it'll be lit. Episode 92.
Episode 69. Um, yeah, that was such a good night, man. Do you remember the magician?
Yeah, he was
yeah,
fucking sick.
Yeah, he was
he's
really
good.
good, and I was very drunk at that stage, and that was
Yeah,
about
and I
6 o'clock.
started getting drunk at that stage, so
Same,
I was probably more drunk there than I was throughout the rest of the night.
Yeah,
same.
I feel like from there it was just downhill.
yeah. I don't think drinking with you guys is a good idea because I try too hard to keep up.
Yeah, so we all got we were all in a hotel. The three of us were in a hotel room together, I think one of the other guys slept with us. Hello. Slept in the room with us.
Slept
as
with
well.
me and Peter
And we were
slept
just
together.
pre-drinking in the room. I think Peter, you had a bottle of wine to yourself because you're a fucking bitch. And then I had we had a thing of Jameson, and we were just about to leave, and I was like, "Fuck this shit, I'm not drunk enough." So I took a good fat swig of the Jameson,
How-
like
how
an
many
alarming
shots
amount, like
worth?
not just easily. Like I think you say what did you say you did? 4 or 5?
I did, yeah, 5 easily, I think.
Yeah, I'd say I probably did around the same, to be honest.
That's your
Uh,
downfall. That was
but
the
John
downfall.
has
I tried to
John has
match
the
your
15.
gulps.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, he did like 6, he did like 5 or 6 gulps. I'll try do that. And 5 or 6 gulps of Jameson is not a good idea.
Yeah, just for context as well, I'm 6'4", 200 pounds, and John is about
I'm 5'10",
5'10",
if I'm being
about
generous.
100 pounds.
And I'm
So
like
we're-
150 pounds maybe.
yeah, shit's so yeah, he didn't really deal with it that too well, but
No,
it made
that was like
fun for
6
the rest of us.
Yeah, and we went down and there was a magician, and I was drunk watching magician, and that was insane. That was the best
So
experience of my
fucking
life.
nuts.
And then we just
That's so-
kept drinking. It was wine with the dinner, and then I think we each got like 4 free drinks vouchers, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
they also put like how much was it? 5,000? A
yeah. There was open bar.
€5,000 tab on the bar. So we drank for free the whole night basically, except for shots.
It was fucked, but it was good fun.
It was really good fun. We should go out again sometime.
Go out
Yeah,
and
sure.
what are you talking about?
We should go out and social distance.
Yeah, just
And
go
stay
to the.
away from each
Yeah,
other.
I think it's like the max you're allowed is like 4 people, so you can go to the gap pitch and just like have chairs, sit down, and
Yeah.
just drink.
Over the summer, I want to have like a house, like, well, not a house, like a summer
Yeah,
house
like an
party thing.
outdoors house party. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I mean, my
Whoever comments on
birthday
this video is invited
True.
and subscribes and likes.
you invite to John's house party.
PayPal a $5 to the first person that subscribes.
No.
What do you mean? I'll do it. I have a $5 to spare.
All right, Adam will PayPal a $5 to the first person that subscribes.
You see, we put it at
We're
the
not-
end as
we're
well,
not
so who the
paying.
fuck is gonna notice this shit, man?
We're not
Nah.
paying for subs, my guy.
I pay for subs.
yeah,
Fuck this
Adam
shit. I'm
will.
gonna bought. Yeah. Uh,
That was a lot. That was a lot of drunk college stories and drunk
I mean, they're the best
work
stories.
stories. Honestly, they are.
How long have we been going for?
Like an hour and a half now.
Jeez.
Yeah, time flies.
I'd say we'll wrap it up now. Does anybody
No,
have any?
anybody? Yeah, got anything to add? Drink responsibly.
You're a fucking nerd, bro.
Drink
Yeah.
responsibly if you're cool.
True. No, don't do that. Fuck that shit.
If you're quarantined and you're drinking, definitely drink responsibly unless you're on, or unless you're
Unless
like
you don't
not
know
on
good
your own
stories.
and you've somebody, because if you get really drunk and you're on your own and nobody's looking after you, that's kind of dangerous. But as Adam said earlier, when he was abandoned out in the curb like a little
Yeah,
bitch,
nobody fucking came and got me.
because nobody loves him.
Well, it was your fault.
It was not my fault.
You got past.
Yeah, it was 100% my fault. Don't get drunk and expect other people to help you. Get drunk and feel the consequence.
All right, I have a question
Okay.
to wrap it up. This is the final. This is the end of the podcast question, and I want you
Oh,
guys
shit.
to just. I don't want you to be like, oh yeah, so like maybe like oh because of this and because of just answer the question with what you honestly
As
think.
Mhm.
Okay.
How much do you guys think you've spent on alcohol in total, ever?
Ever.
Average cost of drink. It's like how much is a drink? Like what, €5, right?
$5, yeah.
There's no point
Most
in
shots
going up.
are like a $5 and
Yeah,
pints are
we'll
a
go up
$5.
€5. Easily in the thousands.
Yeah, I would say nearing maybe 2K. Because I'm thinking of like it's been about maybe well 3-4 years since we started.
Mm. Yeah.
Like, cause remember we go to fucking Dargan's and shit.
Go to our local pub and shit. Yeah. Fuck, man. I don't know. Like, how many drinks have I bought? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a weird question.
A
Honestly,
lot,
I'd say,
probably.
like, I mean, realistically, I've easily bought 1,000 drinks.
Mm.
1,000
there-
drinks.
I would say I've easily bought 1,000 drinks.
Okay.
Because,
Well,
like,
and
we
even
have,
including like buying bottles of stuff as well. Like if you
yeah,
got like
yeah,
an
yeah.
entire bottle of Hennessy as well, like so, like that's like what? How many drinks in a bottle of Hennessy?
Yeah, I would say nearing I would say just below 5,000.
Wow.
$5 grand? Yeah,
That's
yeah,
nuts.
I'd say maybe 2-3K.
I
What about you?
2 or 3K. I think 1,000 for me would be a stretch. Okay, I don't go out very often and I don't drink at home. The
Yeah,
first time
true.
I ever drank at home was like just like exactly, oh yeah, this day 2 weeks ago, when because of quarantine we were having like an online party thing. Or no, wait, was that last week?
That was the
No, it
week.
was
Yeah,
two
well, I mean,
weeks
there
ago.
was one last week. I don't know if you were drinking though.
Yeah,
No, it
no,
was
I
the week
wasn't.
before.
Yeah, it was the week before when I got blasted and vomited. Um, yeah, so that was the first time I've drank at home. The only other time I drank was when going to a pub or a nightclub, and I've I'll be generous and say I've been to a night. Okay, if I'm being generous, I'd say 50 times I've been out in a
Yeah.
pub or a nightclub, and I've spent between 20 and 40 euro. I've rarely spent more than 40 euro, not including like getting in. So I'd say it'd be a push to say that I spent. I'd say 1,000 maybe max, around in or around 1,000 euro.
It's a fair number.
Fair.
But you see, like we went pub like crazy. Like we went pub when we were in like fifth and sixth class, and then I mean the amount of times me and Peter have gone down to the one in Enfield, the bridge,
Yeah.
is we spend like we'd buy like I don't know, like a minimum of like 5 drinks. I'd say sometimes we go down we have nothing, but like generally we'll go down and have a good few. Yeah, I'd say it would just add up a lot. And I buy
Yeah.
so many shots. Like that's basically the only thing I drink. Like when I get into a nightclub, I don't like drinking
Like home.
I agree
normally. Yeah,
because you don't
all
want to be
glass. I
holding the
want to
cup.
go out. Like if I'm dancing, I don't want to hold on to a fucking thing, or I don't want to put down a glass or whatever. So I just fucking do shots, and instead of doing one, I do like 3. So
Yeah, that's fair. And yeah. Yeah, and I I'm the guy that people buy the drinks for. I rarely am like, "Oh, let's go, I'll buy you a shot." Do you know what I mean? Like I'll just wait for somebody to be like, "Do you want a shot?"
yeah, I'm always like that though. I'm always like, because I never really want to drink by myself, or I don't want to go up and buy something by myself. So I was like, yo, if you come up with me,
Yeah.
I'll buy you a drink, because I
Yeah.
don't want people.
And like I know I am really stingy. That's fair. Like I'm really stingy with my money, and other people are more generous. It's honestly it's a curse and a blessing because I've money, but but I don't have friends. But yeah, no, I'd say 1,000 is in or around a good number, like a reasonable number, but it'll get up there. I'm feeling
I
it.
would say
I'm
yeah.
feeling the need.
I'll probably drop mine down to maybe 4,000
Yeah,
in
and
or around.
that even I'd say is a bit generous. Four
Yeah,
grand.
I'd say me and you probably sitting around 2-3K
Yeah,
maybe.
true.
Well, that's interesting. This has been the
Nice
alcohol
depressing note
podcast.
for us.
What?
I say that was a nice depressing way to end it. Just think about all the money I've spent on pointless shit.
You're welcome. So yeah, this has been the alcohol podcast, and the college stories and work stories, and this is kind of when we started this podcast. This is kind of the idea that I had. We just relive things and just chat, and
Yeah.
it was just friends shooting the shit. So I hope it was interesting to listen to. If any of
Shout out
you
to anyone
guys
who
have
made it
any
past 5
stories,
minutes.
true. If anybody has any stories and you've gotten this far and you're listening to this, um, comment and like and subscribe and tell us your
PogChamp.
story. and if it's a really good story, Adam will PayPal you a $5.
Yeah, true.
All right. To whoever stuck around this long and listened
You when you're
and
editing.
and enjoyed, yeah, me. This was me to my future self when I'm listening back to this. No, if anybody stuck around this long, or you're listening to this, or if we're 100 episodes deep and we're the most famous podcast in the world, and you decided to go back and listen to episode 2 again, thanks for listening. Yeah, you're pretty lit.
Let
Right.
us know.
Let us know if we're on episode 100 and we're really
Yeah, because we
famous.
won't know.
Yeah. All right.
Alright, see you next week,
Alright,
gang.
see ya, boys.
Woo! Oh wait, I gotta X this out before I can. Woo!